A kite is something that should represent childhood, freedom, and imagination. But in Gaza right now, a kite has become part of a military confrontation. And the consequences are devastating. On Sunday, Israeli airstrike hit central Gaza. According to Palestinian health officials cited by Reuters, at least 2 people were killed, including a 4-year-old boy named Mohammad Abdel-Salam Taha. 7 others were wounded. And here is where this story becomes particularly disturbing. Israel's defense minister, Israel Stars, in his words, I quote him, said that a kite should be treated like a drone, even if it does not carry explosives. He described every launch as an act of war and ordered the military to respond forcefully to kites and balloons launched from Gaza. His words, not mine. Now, let's be fair. Israel says it has its security concerns. Their security concerns cannot simply be ignored. But look at the images here. Children flying kites. Children who should be thinking about schools, playing, laughing, and simply enjoying being children. And this is where I believe we should ask a very serious humanitarian question. What happens to childhood when a kite becomes associated with war? A 4-year-old doesn't understand military strategy. He doesn't understand Hamas. He doesn't understand Israeli security policy. He doesn't understand ceasefire negotiations, clearly. He is just a child. And according to the reportings, the child is now dead. Reuters reported that shrapnel and debris from the Zawaida strike wounded several people, including the 4-year-old who later died in the hospital. Don't get me wrong. I didn't claim that Israel deliberately targeted this child just because he's a child. No. The available reporting does not establish that fact unless more facts are being provided. But we absolutely can ask whether military responses are being carried out with sufficient protection for civilians, especially children. Because there is a profound difference between confronting an actual military threat and allowing an entire civilian population to bear the consequences. And when the government says that even a kite without explosives should be treated as a weapon of war, we have to ask, what does that mean for the children living underneath those kites? Because the images we are seeing shows something heartbreaking. Children are trying to find pieces of normal childhood in a place where normal childhood has almost disappeared. A kite should not be a symbol of war. It should be a symbol of freedom for children. It should be something a child should look up to and smile. Not something that makes an entire community fear what happens next. And this is bigger than Israel and Hamas. It's bigger than politics. It's about children. Children did not create this conflict. They didn't negotiate it. They didn't start it. And they clearly cannot end it. Yet they continue to live with its consequences. So whatever your political position is, whatever side of this conflict you support, one principle should be universal. Children should not have to surrender their childhood because adults cannot find peace. You that is watching this video right now is probably a parent and you want your child to play outside and experience childhood, but it is not happening in your neighborhood, it's happening in Gaza. So it doesn't really concern you. That's where the problem is. The world should never become so accustomed to war that the death of another child simply becomes another headline. This is Global Truth. We bring you the news. We will examine the fact. We will question the claims. And we will never forget the human beings behind the numbers.